Hi, I'm Raphael Roettgen. I'm the founding partner of E2MC, which stands for Earth to Mars Capital. And E2MC is a purely space-focused venture capital fund investing in exciting early-stage space startups. So that can be satellite communications, it can be Earth observation, but it can also be more futuristic-sounding things like in-space manufacturing or things around the moon. Well, we think the US is the epicenter of the global space ecosystem. By our count, roughly 2/3 of global space activity, whether that's number of firms or investments, is happening in the US. And so for us as a venture firm, the question is, where should we locate ourselves? What should we be close to? Government continues to be a very important player for the space ecosystem. And Washington, D.C., of course, the metro region, is the epicenter of government. So we're very happy here to be close to so many important stakeholders that we have, like the Department of Defense, In-Q-Tel, other defense-focused funds, NOAA, NGA, other government entities which are active in the space sector. I think it will really aggregate value to our investments that we are close to all of these important players. We want to be really good ecosystem players. So we hope we find many startups to invest here in Virginia and in the larger DC metro area. But beyond startups, we also hope we find partners for our startups. And again, those can be the government entities, but it could also be established corporate players. So traditional aerospace companies, but not only aerospace companies. As space is crossing over into other industry sectors, as other non-space industry sectors are becoming users of space, there is many exciting companies around in this area. The other part of the ecosystem, which I think is very important, I want to mention, is other universities. So we are actually based in a building of GMU, but of course you have other universities here as well. So this academic ecosystem we also consider as very important, for example, because some of their students could become space entrepreneurs. So one big thesis we have internally is that space is moving from what has been so far a focus on what we would call infrastructure. And what I mean by that is space infrastructure like rockets, like satellites, satellite constellations, and so forth, towards applications. What are we actually using those satellites for, of which we have thousands and thousands up there right now? And these applications, so this could be, for example, using satellite data to provide valuable insights, but it could also be funkier, more futuristic things like in-space manufacturing of goods in space for use on Earth. Those applications are all crossing over into other industry sectors. So this could be industry sectors like agriculture, insurance, tourism, metals and mining, pharma and biotech. And we think that is really going to be a very big theme for the next few years. And again, this local ecosystem has many important companies in all of these different sectors, and we hope we can increasingly engage them and get them excited about space and the benefits they can derive from space. So I'm personally a very big fan of Professor Avi Loeb from Harvard, who is very passionate about this search for extraterrestrial intelligence. And he has a whole project called the Galileo Project, which is basically tracking interstellar bodies, which we just had the third one we discovered, that is crossing the solar system. And he's had some theories that some of these may be alien artifacts. That's of course very, very controversial, but I do agree with his basic scientific curiosity that we should understand what these objects are, and we should analyze them and look for further ones. I don't know how plausible it is, and some people make fun of me and criticize me for this, but I do think we should not discount the search for intelligent life in the universe. If we find it, it would be the biggest scientific discovery ever. And there's a current mood in academia to discount that search for extraterrestrial intelligence a little bit too much. I mean, typically people get ridiculed if they even bring up the notion. And I think that's a mistake. I think we should really go out there and look and see what we may find. We sense a real momentum here, and already explained that how important it is for us, we think, to be close to all of the government stakeholders. But it's beyond that. We feel like a real momentum in the Northern Virginia space ecosystem. We see more startups moving to Northern Virginia, some of which we are helping to bring here as well. And we see also other activity, like, for example, the well-known Ascent conference will also move to the Washington, D.C. metro area. So we think it's a really exciting time for space in the D.C. metro area in Northern Virginia.